Good morning, everyone. Woo! Welcome to day 2 of Google Cloud Next. Welcome to the thousands of you here at Moscone and San Francisco, and hello to all of the thousands of you on live stream. How many of you were here yesterday? Yes, woo! Wasn't it cool? In addition to all of the great keynotes and breakouts, I loved wandering around the show floor, talking to all of our partners, visiting all of the hands-on exhibits. I head up marketing for Google Cloud, and it was particularly fun to stop by the NCAA exhibit. Did you see our ads during March Madness this year? Weren't they? We built those using our own BigQuery and machine learning technology. And you can just see how our team, they made those awesome halftime predictions. And on the show floor, you can see how all of that came to be. We love getting hands-on with our technology, and that's what today is all about. We have a fantastic keynote program for you here this morning, with 6 great speakers spanning from G Suite to AI to GCP to Maps and IoT. So now today, I would like to start off our program by introducing you to Garrick Tubasi, one of our senior leaders for G Suite. Please join me in welcoming Garrick to the stage. Oh, awesome, bring it.
Thank you, Allison. Wow, impressively energetic for 9 a.m. in the morning. So I trust you all found yesterday's content to be informative and entertaining. For my part, I am continually amazed at the scale and sophistication of our cloud infrastructure. But I think we all know where the real magic happens. The real magic happens when individuals come together in a team to do big things. And that is where G Suite comes in. Now, yesterday you heard from my colleague, Prabhakar, and he talked to you about G Suite and how we're bringing together all the apps you love, like Gmail and Calendar, Google Drive, Docs, Hangouts, and others. And in combination, they give you secure, smart, and simple collaboration in the cloud. I joined Google over 6 years ago to work on G Suite. And in all that time, I haven't seen this kind of momentum. Since last year, we've added 1 million new businesses to G Suite. And the momentum we're seeing is across the globe and across companies of all sizes. So for example, LATAM Airlines in Chile, and Carrefour in France. And here in the US at home, SoulCycle uses G Suite, which actually, given how those HD cameras are picking up my profile, I feel like maybe I could use a bit of SoulCycle. But seriously, these businesses that are adopting G Suite increasingly realize that the workforce of tomorrow expects cloud-based collaboration. How can I be so sure? If you want to know what the workforce of tomorrow expects, look at where they are today. They're in school, and they're using G Suite. 80 million students worldwide learn with G Suite. So yes, you better believe it's what they're going to expect when in a few years they're working for all of you. So I'm sure you're convinced you want to hop on board the G Suite train, but you almost certainly have pragmatic questions about how it will actually work for your company. And I want to spend some time addressing those questions and showing you how we built G Suite to meet the needs of the enterprise. So first, we ask our customers and prospects, what is your top concern? And the answer is unequivocal. It's security. And of particular concern is email security. 91% of all phishing attacks start with an email. And no provider is better prepared to deal with those threats than Gmail, where we're already protecting 1.4 billion active users. So you take that incredible scale and combine it with our expertise in artificial intelligence, and we can respond to new threats instantaneously in a way no one else can. As a result, Gmail blocks 10 million bad messages every minute. Sometimes, however, the safety of a message is ambiguous, and ultimately in those rare cases, we just have to let the user decide. Even then, we leave nothing to chance, and we're now showing users big, bold, in-your-face banners to make sure they know to take special care when interacting with the message content. And we also know that you're looking for better ways to manage your sensitive email communications, which is why we created confidential mode in Gmail. With confidential mode, you can add restrictions to your messages so they can't be forwarded or printed, and even add expirations so access to the message content is limited. So these security enhancements, combined with the AI-powered features that Prabhakar spoke about yesterday, like Smart Compose, together that makes up what we call the new Gmail. And today, I'm pleased to share that the new Gmail is now generally available for all G Suite customers. I can't wait for you all to try it out. And if you're not on G Suite yet, check it out on your personal account. This brings us to the second topic that comes up, and that is around finding the right information at the right time. Across a large enterprise, finding what you need is hard because information is spread across many systems and trapped in silos. According to McKinsey, the average work week consists of roughly 20% of the time searching for and consolidating information. Last year, we launched Cloud Search, which essentially brings all of Google's expertise in search and applies it to your G Suite documents. But today, we're announcing new functionality in Cloud Search, which lets you go beyond your G Suite content. So you can index all of your third-party enterprise information, whether it's in the cloud or on-prem. And the permissions associated with each of those source systems is reflected in the index, so your employees only see what they're supposed to. Let me show you what one of our customers, Whirlpool Corporation, has done with Cloud Search. So Whirlpool created something they call Whirlpool Search Pro. Built on top of Cloud Search, it indexes over 12 million documents drawn from a dozen disparate on-prem sources. And it's a total game changer. Engineers and technicians can now go to a single user interface and get access to all of that content. And it's super duper fast. We're returning results in an average of 100 milliseconds. So these enhancements to Cloud Search are rolling out to the first wave of customers now, and we'll also be making Cloud Search available as a standalone offering. I'm really looking forward to seeing what more customers do when they get access to the power of Cloud Search. And now, the third topic that comes up in discussion with folks is around unified communications. So last year at Next, we announced our team chat product, Hangouts Chat, and our video conferencing platform, Hangouts Meet. But there's still one pillar of the unified communication story that we get questions about, and that's around telephony. Thus far, when it comes to telephony, we've relied on great partnerships and integrations with third parties for G Suite customers to get their telephony services. And that is and will continue to be a great option for our users. But we asked ourselves, what can Google add here? Can we take our expertise in artificial intelligence and make a better phone experience? Well, we think so. And today, I'm glad to announce that an enterprise-ready version of Google Voice is coming to G Suite. Now, Google Voice is already beloved by millions of consumers, and we've been testing the enterprise version with key customers since last October. And with Google Voice, we're taking telephony beyond simple audio. Powered by Google AI, we can bring in relevant context and intelligence to make calls more productive, and we can give you accurate voicemail transcriptions and call spam filtering, so your employees only focus on what's really important. Today, we're opening up the beta of Google Voice for our G Suite customers, and I'm really looking forward to your help in shaping the future of the product. So this brings us to the final topic I want to touch on that comes up in conversations with enterprise leaders that are considering moving their collaboration to the cloud. and it's around openness and the need to embrace all the tools that power your business. The average employee depends on 36 cloud services at work to collaborate, and we want to make sure that G Suite, as your productivity hub, works well with all of them. It's especially important that we interoperate well with the legacy productivity tools that you're migrating off of when you move to G Suite. So let me give you an example of the kinds of things we're doing here. Let's take calendaring. So yesterday, you heard that Nielsen moved all of their users to G Suite in a single weekend. Now, it's not always that fast to move a bunch of users off of Exchange, and so maybe instead of one weekend, it might take you 2. But during that brief transition period where you have users in both systems, we've done the hard work to make sure everyone can schedule meetings and conference rooms with each other seamlessly. A second example of our commitment to open interoperability is with our video conferencing platform, Hangouts Meet. We see our customers in the industry moving strongly towards ubiquitous video conferencing, and that includes an investment in video meeting hardware. And if you have that kind of investment, you want to know that a move to G Suite won't render it obsolete. Also, you have external partners and customers, and they may be on a different platform or have different hardware, and you want to know they can dial into your video calls. That's why we partnered with Pexip, a meeting interoperability platform. Now through Pexip, Hangouts Meet works openly with all the platforms that your customers and partners depend on, whether it's Cisco, Polycom, Lifesize, or Skype for Business. So these are just some of the steps we're taking to make sure that when you adopt G Suite, the migration is simple. But there's another situation I want to talk about. Now, I know in this room, it's a room full of thought leaders, and I'm sure you want to adopt G Suite, but you may have stakeholders that aren't quite there yet. And so we've thought hard about this situation. How do we open up the possibility for all businesses to start to adopt and get the benefits of G Suite? That's why today, I'm pleased to announce we're making Drive Enterprise available as a standalone offering. For the second straight year, Drive has been named by Gartner as a Magic Quadrant leader. And as you heard yesterday from Diane, Drive is on track to surpass 1 billion active users later this week. With Drive Enterprise, you can easily move all of your content to the cloud in Google Drive and immediately allow your employees to be more productive and collaborative, all the while without disrupting Mail or Calendar or their other legacy productivity tools. We think Drive Enterprise really opens up the possibility for more businesses to start to experience the transformational benefits of G Suite. So we've covered a lot of ground in the past few minutes, and I've walked through some of the questions that come up when people consider moving to cloud-based collaboration. And we've seen how G Suite addresses it, whether it's around email security or search or unified communications or open interop. And so I'm sure you'll all agree there's never been a better time for your company to make it with G Suite. And now, if you're intrigued by all of the AI capabilities we have coursing through the backbone of G Suite, and you want to know how to apply it to your own products and to your own data, well, I've got just the guy for you. I'd like to bring up my esteemed colleague, Rajan Sheth.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Yesterday, Fei talked to you about all of the innovation that we have going in AI. But today, I want to talk to you about how we can apply it to your business. Now, many of you have told us that data is the lifeblood of your business. But getting intelligence out of data is very hard, and machine learning and AI are hard to use. So we have one goal, which is to make AI simple and useful for you. All of this, of course, starts with your data. And Google provides a comprehensive set of tools to let you handle that data. This starts with bringing that data to the cloud, then processing it via batch or stream, moving it into a scalable data warehouse, and then doing advanced analytics and BI on top of that data. Now, at the heart of all of this is BigQuery. BigQuery is our scalable data warehouse. And what's really unique about BigQuery is that it's blazing fast. It can operate over massive data sets. We have customers storing over hundreds of petabytes of information within BigQuery. So to give you context of what that means, a petabyte is enough to store about 13 years' worth of HD video. Hopefully that's more TV than you and I can ever watch in a lifetime. Now, what we're also seeing is that customers are scanning over lots of this data. So customers regularly scan over 5 petabytes of data, and over some of the queries are over 28 trillion rows of data. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could bring machine learning directly into this data warehouse? We think so, and so today I'm excited to announce BigQuery ML. BigQuery ML is bringing machine learning directly into BigQuery, accessible through SQL. So what's great about this? And so what's great about this is all of your data analysts know how to use SQL. And so now they can create custom models using SQL directly in BigQuery. It's also in database, so you don't have to move your data anywhere to be able to access this and do machine learning. You can do it right there within the data warehouse. And it's fast. What's great about that is that, and you're going to see this in a moment, in just seconds you can create a custom model. So to show you more about this, I'd like to welcome up Miguel from 20th Century Fox to show you how they're using BigQuery ML.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Good morning. So 2017 was a big year for Fox. We released more than 30 movies, and we grossed billions of dollars at the box office. Now, we invest significantly in the marketing campaigns for these movies, which means that our marketing team must be able to frequently reassess the media plans at scale. But we have a lean team of data scientists, and it can get a bit challenging to support all these campaigns in all possible cases, which is why we started to use BigQuery ML. Now, let's see this in action for the latest Maze Runner movie. So we have analyzed the trailer of the movie to find the similarity with other movies. Now, to get the audience insights for the media plan, we use BigQuery ML to build a machine learning model. We take an existing SQL query for audience analysis and simply add a create model statement. This builds a linear regression model to predict which audiences are likely to watch this new Maze Runner movie. And look, we've created a machine learning model in 30 seconds without getting out of BigQuery, without getting any data out. That is amazing. So this model predicts that along with the original Maze Runner movie, there are other audiences that obviously are important, like the Divergent series. Now, it might not be obvious, but the audiences at the top of this list are not all the same. So it's the job of the machine learning model to learn the importance of the audiences and to index these audiences based on importance, which is extremely useful for media planners. We are able to get these insights to the marketing team within minutes, and they can use this information to reassess the media plan. Now, I believe that brands that, like us, are constantly bringing new products to market, they must be able to use machine learning models to drive faster decisions at scale, using the tools that they are most comfortable with. And that is what BigQML has enabled us to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miguel. Now, wasn't that amazing? While we were standing up here on stage, Miguel and team were able to build a custom model that solved a business problem. Now, what about the rest of your data? So it turns out that 90% of data within a typical enterprise is unstructured information, so things like documents or images or videos. Over the last 5 years, deep learning has advanced tremendously to make it so that you can, such that it's possible to be able to make sense out of that data. But deep learning is quite hard to use. There are only tens of thousands of people in the world that are able to build a deep learning model from scratch. But there are 21 million developers. So what can we do to bring access to those 21 million developers for all of this technology? Well, we have products in 3 different areas that make this possible. So first of all, we have our AI platform, which makes it easy for you to build a model and then scale it across Google Cloud. Second, we have what we call our AI building blocks. And this is bringing the best of Google's AI to you. So areas like speech recognition, image recognition, text, and translate. Our best models are now things that you can embed within your products. And then third, we have our AI solutions to solve very specific business problems. Now, AI is a mass customization problem. And what I mean by that is 2 customers that have the same problem will likely require different models trained on different data. And that's not easy to do. So this is why AutoML is so crucial, because AutoML lets you easily create some of the most advanced models in the world without machine learning expertise. Now, we're happy that over the course of the last couple of years, we now have over 14,000 paying customers of our AI products. On top of that, we've had 18,000 customers sign up for interest for AutoML since last January, since when we first launched our alpha. In the 24 hours since yesterday's keynote, we've had 1,400 additional customers that are actively using AutoML just in that time period. And so we're very happy about that. And our customer base includes all of these big customers that you see here and more. So to show you, though, how this can impact a customer, I'd like to welcome up Laura from Chevron, who's going to tell you more about how Chevron has been able to use AutoML.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here today to talk about how we've been using Google's AI technologies. At Chevron, we were challenged with something I imagine many of you can relate to: finding the information that you need when you need it. What I'm going to show you is how we used AutoML Vision to address this challenge. You're looking at a map showing some of the millions of documents that we've created over a period of decades, mapped to the geographic areas that they describe. These documents contain a mix of text, tables, and images, which are scattered across many file systems. As you can see on the map, we've invested in the knowledge in our documents. When we're exploring an area, accessing information can be a needle in a haystack type of challenge, so much so that sometimes we're forced to consider redoing the work instead of finding the information. As an example, I'll show you how we used AutoML Vision to make it possible for an explorationist to evaluate a new opportunity. Let's say we're looking at a new opportunity in the Gulf of Mexico. Clearly, there are too many documents here for us to search manually. We can narrow the search by adding a search term for geologic map. As we do this, this reduces the number of hits very dramatically. The first hit is a document that describes the geologic provenance of the Gulf of Mexico. Looking into the stack, we see images on the right here that represent geologic maps, so we know that we're headed in the right direction. What happened here is that we ran the images from the documents against an AutoML Vision model that was trained to recognize over 60 geologic labels. We then used the natural language APIs to classify the information and make it possible for users to search for them. We can also view the document type on the right-hand side and confirm that it's a document that we can use for this project. As you can see, using AutoML, we were able to create a solution that enabled us to do a custom search and find information that would otherwise be very difficult for us to access. AutoML Vision met our unique requirements in a very short time frame. We needed a custom solution. We can now find our documents in seconds instead of weeks, giving us the freedom to make well-informed and timely decisions and transforming the way business decisions are made at Chevron. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. So you could see how Laura was able to take a bunch of our building blocks in AutoML and bring them together to solve a real business problem. So finally, we're looking to figure out how we can build AI solutions that can solve specific business problems. And we're doing this by infusing your enterprise workflows with Google's AI. And partners are key to this process. You saw this with Contact Center AI yesterday, where we're infusing some of the best contact center products in the world with Google's AI to make them even better. But another big problem that you've been telling us about is document understanding. You have troves and troves and troves of documents. How do you actually get meaning out of those documents and to have it get value? So we're delighted to announce a partnership that we're doing with Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain is the data custodian for 95% of the Fortune 1000. And they store 1.7 trillion pages of data. So again, to give you context on that, if you stack those pages end to end, that's enough to reach from here to Mars and back. Now, what we're doing is we're infusing their products with our AI such that you can get value and meaning out of those documents. So I've shown you today how you can make AI simple and useful. But really, we're just at the beginning. So how many of you remember this? This is, of course, the Mosaic browser from 1994. And it was really the first time that the average person saw the internet and saw the value of the internet. And all of us can probably, anyone that used this remembers our aha moment from when we saw the value. So for me, I'm a big sports fan. And so for me, the big aha moment was live sports scores. Now, this is where we are with AI today. We're at the very beginning, where the average person is just starting to see the value of AI. But just like the internet, we believe that over the course of the next 20 years, AI will become the foundation of computing. We're looking forward to innovating with you and working with you to make that a reality. Thank you. So all of this relies on great computing services. And so I'm delighted to bring up my colleague Eyal to tell you about our compute services.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to share more details on Cloud Services Platform that Urs announced yesterday. You know cloud computing can help you speed up your IT and improve security. You want to create software faster, and you want to integrate all the investments you've already made, and you want to do that in the cloud or on-prem. It's your choice, wherever you are. You're looking towards the future. You need a lot to make it work. We hear you. And that's why our team has been working hard to create Cloud Services Platform. CSP is hybrid cloud software for modernization. So let's dive right in. Containers are the universal language of cloud, and Kubernetes is the way the industry has chosen to orchestrate them. Istio is an open source project that is the way to secure and connect microservices together. Cloud Services Platform starts with managed versions of both already integrated to work together. It's not a kit. No assembly is required. It just works. CSP is based on GKE, the industry-leading solution we launched 3 years ago to manage Kubernetes. CSP lets you build and run your applications anywhere in the same way, on-prem, in the cloud, or hybrid. It's your choice. It provides consistent open APIs across those environments. And the reason open is important is that it gives you the portability you need to be future-proof. Think how much faster you can deploy on hybrid with unified cloud build. And that's just one benefit. CSP does a lot of the work for you with little to no ops, built-in monitoring, one-click secure deployments, and smart cost management insights. It automates rapid releases and provides auto-healing in case of issues. With Cloud Services Platform, our vision is to let you move up the cloud stack to realize huge productivity gains through using higher-level abstractions. So today, I'll share more capabilities of CSP. We'll tell you how we're securing containers and deployment pipelines. We'll share new developments on our serverless strategy, and we'll also show you new capabilities that power the container-based ecosystem. Yesterday, we demonstrated Istio, a way to link together the mesh of services that make up modern enterprise application with no additional code needed. Istio gives you service discovery, load balancing, auto-failure recovery, end-to-end authentication and encryption, and observability service graph you saw yesterday. CSP lets you administer security and identity policies centrally and consistently across hybrid environments, and it brings the Kubernetes operating model to all of cloud. If you know GKE, you now also have GKE on-prem we announced yesterday, and you can easily run CSP. One comprehensive policy regime for all of your IT. This is how we've been using Istio technology inside Google for many years. We've also integrated Istio with Apogee's industry-leading API management platform, so you can make your services discoverable for inside and outside your organization for all developers. Customers like AutoTrader, Descartes Labs, HSBC, and MasterCard are already working with CSP and parts of the technology stack that creates CSP. We're also delivering a Google-managed implementation of Istio. We're taking away the toil of managing infrastructure. Managed Istio simplifies the consumption of microservices. Instead of complex policy negotiations, it takes care of those details for you. Running Istio on GKE lets you take advantage of GCP's infrastructure with features like global load balancing, consistent auditable security, and health checking at scale. And for all of that, no code is needed. It's just a simple config. Istio already has wide industry support. As the world's leading provider of networking technology, Cisco's involvement with Istio is significant. To share more on how Istio fits into Cisco's plan, I'd like to invite Kip Compton to the stage. Thanks, Kip, for joining us.
Hey, great to be here.
So, Kip, tell us, how does CSP and Istio fit into Cisco's strategy?
Well, as you know, we've been working together for about a year now, developing and delivering hybrid cloud technologies. In fact, we're shipping our first joint solution next month. And we're really excited that Google has certified that solution as GKE compatible. And it's completely consistent with the CSP architecture that you were just talking about. So, of course, Istio is absolutely a key component. And that's one of the reasons why Cisco joined the Istio open source project very early on, and why we're one of the top corporate contributors to that open source project today. We're particularly excited about Istio's potential to make it easier for customers to build applications that span private data centers and public cloud environments, all with a framework that provides greater performance, security, and observability for microservices-based applications.
So, Kip, tell us, why our customers, though, are so excited about Istio?
That's a great question. And you know, enterprises really need a way to systematically secure, measure, and monitor enterprise applications. We need to be able to apply policies to them. And this is something that Cisco helps enterprises do every day. We're really excited to bring the power of Cisco's enterprise portfolio to microservices-based applications through Istio. And if you think about it, this really takes the concept of hybrid cloud much further. We're talking about an open platform that has the potential to make compliance and security almost automatic. We're going to make it much easier for people to develop and deploy applications, and we're doing it in a way that's much more open, giving our customers more choice and control.
Kip, we're excited to keep building the partnership. Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks, Eyal.
Thank you. One thing we hear over and over from you is how important security is for container adoption. Organizations running containerized application workload also need to ensure only trusted code is deployed. Today, I am pleased to announce the beta release of binary authorization to allow you to require container images to be signed by trusted authorities during the development process and enforce signature validation when the code is actually deployed and with the containers running production. VM-based workloads pose similar security challenges for organizations. So today, we're also announcing shielded VMs that let you run hardened virtual machines and easily spin them up on Google Cloud Platform. And after security, the next requirement we hear from you is development agility. Isn't fast always better than slow, right? Modern development is shifting to event-driven microservices and serverless, which I am personally super excited about. Event-driven computing and serverless allows developer to focus on the business logic rather than the repetitive, low-value tasks that you all know and hear about. In the last year, we've seen 10x growth in the beta use of Cloud Functions. So today, I'm excited to announce the general availability of Cloud Functions. And to give customers the flexibility to run any workload, we're adding container support to Cloud Functions later this year. Serverless can be much more than just snippets of code running in the cloud. As serverless programming becomes more powerful, customers want the benefit to run serverless anywhere without lock-in. So today, we're introducing Knative. Knative is a new open source project that brings serverless building blocks into Kubernetes. It ensures workload portability and consistent capabilities across clouds. We've developed it in partnership with Pivotal, IBM, Red Hat, SAP, and many others. Moving forward, Knative can be the basis for unified and portable serverless environments for the whole industry. We've built our own product on top of it as well. The GKE serverless add-on lets customers run serverless workloads on GKE on-prem that you heard yesterday, or pretty much everywhere using the same consistent tooling, regardless where you are, including on-premise. I am pleased to ask Oren and Stern to show us how serverless and Knative can let you move faster and deploy anywhere.
Thanks, Eyal. So what you see on stage right now, on screen right now is a Cloud Function that we've already deployed. We expect the vast majority of users to be deploying Cloud Functions from source code. But implicit in that is always the limitations. What is the platform that we're providing giving you? And one of the requirements we hear from more advanced use cases is, how do we do something more? How do I take a custom language, a custom binary, an open source project? And we want to give you all the benefits of serverless, but still enable you to run your workloads. So for those users who have these advanced requirements, you're able to go and use Docker. What you can see here on screen is a Docker file. It's a totally idiomatic and normal Docker file in which we've installed a third-party open source software. There's nothing special going on here. We're just doing it the standard way. And then with the same exact commands that you'd be doing your source-based deploys, we're simply adding the image where it's been deployed into a container registry, and we're deploying it now into the cloud. This is taking advantage of all of the same capabilities that you'd get in a normal Cloud Function, the scalability, the maintenance, the patching, and security, but you're getting it with your custom software package bundled. Now, this leads to the second thing that we hear from customers all the time, which is, it's great that we can run it on your cloud, but how do we run it where we are? And so the next thing we want to do is take the exact same container. We're taking no changes of any kind. And with just a small change to the command line that you can see Stern making here, we're going to deploy it into a GKE cluster using the GKE add-on. So what we've done is it's a gcloud serverless deploy instead of function deploy, and we're simply adding which cluster we want to deploy it to. So this is happening live into a pre-provisioned GKE cluster. And in about 15 seconds of time, it gets deployed and running. This allows you to have the same programming model, the same mechanisms of deploying, the same beautiful command line experience you're used to, but now you can have it running anywhere you want without having to make any changes to your code. So you can see now we have our Cloud Function deployed. It's got all the scalability, scales to 0, scales up as it's necessary. We can have it dynamically running this 3D package that we've never been able to have running in a serverless environment before, and you get all the same benefits you'd expect from serverless running anywhere that you need it to run. Thank you so much. Eyal, back to you.
Thank you, Oren and Stern, for the great demo. We're also making it fast and easy to incorporate third-party services in your software from any of the 100 potential of technology partners you need. To make this easy, we're offering a new way to deploy container-based software using only a single click. And it's all managed automatically through the Google Kubernetes engine. Before today, enterprise had to pull the image, get license negotiations, subscription fees, and implement everything independently. And then containers might not have been properly maintained or supported, and you know how painful and risky that can be. So today, we're addressing that with the first public cloud marketplace to offer commercial applications that are deployed easily through the Google Kubernetes engine. You get the same easy procurement, vetted, supported solution, and simplified usage-based billing that you would expect. Let's see it in action. Starting with the Kubernetes engine, you can easily discover solutions on the GCP marketplace. Once you select an application, you can click to deploy into your Kubernetes cluster. While it's configuring, I'll tell you, everything is built through one single unified Google Cloud bill. And for partners, building and launching Kubernetes containerized applications on GCP Marketplace is fast and easier to maintain. Now you can see the site is live. Thank you to all the partners who have joined us in the Kubernetes space. I'm excited about the applications we have today, and I'm looking forward to see many more solutions joining by the end of this year. So go to GCP Marketplace and try out some of our partners' offering. The transition to cloud computing can speed up your IT, can improve reliability, can make security, compliance easier, and can open up new options for your business. But to make this transition, you need a comprehensive cloud platform. You need to ensure you have the ability to create software faster, to operate it securely, and to carry forward existing investments that you depend on. And you need a vibrant ecosystem to complement that. Kubernetes, Knative, and Istio are all based on technologies we developed inside Google and have been using for years to run Google, and now they provide the foundation layer of cloud services platform. We can't wait to see how you will use it. Thank you. Everything we're doing with Cloud Services Platform is possible because of the excellent core Google infrastructure. I'm thrilled to introduce my colleague, Brad Calder, who leads the infrastructure engineering team.
Thank you, Eyal. Good morning. It's exciting to see the new developments that Eyal highlighted. The services he described are built upon our core infrastructure, which provides the highest levels of security, reliability, and scale. And today I want to talk to you about something that's vital to the success of running your business, which is the importance of having a highly reliable and secure network and being able to effortlessly migrate to the cloud. Over the last 24 months, we've added 13 cloud regions around the globe. We now have a total of 17 regions, including the recently added regions in Finland and Los Angeles, and we have Hong Kong coming online soon. These additional regions give you control over where you store your data and where you run your workloads. Now, from these regions, we give you the best possible connection to your customers and your users with Google's global network. Our network is larger and more scalable than any other cloud provider. Our network now provides you with over 125 points of presence around the world. And these points of presence are your on-ramp to the cloud. And because Google has more of them, means that you can get your data to and from the cloud faster and more reliably than ever before. And because Google has its own global network, we're the only cloud provider with both a premium network and a standard network offering for running your services. Now, standard is similar to what you would get from other cloud providers, whereas our premium network uses Google's global network to deliver your traffic to your users. Now, when you use our premium network, your traffic is delivered over our highly reliable, and low latency global network, the same that our own Google services use. This allows your traffic to exit our network near your end user. Now, to directly connect your network to our network, you can easily connect through the network service provider of your choice with our Cloud Interconnect product or VPN tunnels, making it even easier to bring the cloud to you. And on top of that, our Cloud Interconnect offers a higher SLA than other cloud providers. Now, having a powerful network is great, but it's useless if it's not secure, which is why we take security seriously at Google. As Diane mentioned yesterday, Google Cloud was recently named a leader in Forrester's Public Cloud Security Evaluation. And we continue to innovate in order to help enterprises be more secure. And one way we help you be more secure is by providing DDoS and application defense through our Cloud Armor service. This leverages the same global infrastructure that Search, Gmail, and YouTube uses. And this infrastructure is built to defend against attack volumes at the terabit level. Now, Cloud Armor works in conjunction with our global load balancing service and provides a rich language for specifying defense rules. With Cloud Armor, your internet-facing applications are automatically defended against DDoS attacks, and you can defend against and deploy application-level defense at scale based upon your unique requirements. Now I'd like to welcome Projekta on stage to show you Cloud Armor in action.
You have a tough job. You want to quickly and responsively serve your users, and at the same time, you need to defend your internet-facing services against malicious attacks. This is where Cloud Armor comes in. Let's see what it can do to defend against a SQL injection attack. Now, with SQL injection, one little flaw in one little feature of your app is all it takes to compromise all of your data. Let's take a look at the screen. We are going to launch a live SQL injection attack using a tool called Metasploit. What you're seeing is a live attack. Now, what would happen without Cloud Armor? You would have to first detect SQL injection, and then react, remediate, and also fix your code and data. Let's switch over to the GCP console, and let's see how Cloud Armor fared under this attack. Let's start with the logs. You can see that Cloud Armor has blocked all SQL injection attacks using the policy that you see on screen. Let's take a close look at our Cloud Armor policy. All you need to do is to configure one single rule to block all SQL injection traffic. When you enable this rule, Cloud Armor looks for over 160 patterns under the hood to identify and block SQL injection attacks. Let's look at a different attack. We are going to launch a live HTTP flood attack. Now, when you're facing an HTTP flood attack, you will see a sharp rise in page views and requests. Unfortunately, this is not good news, because your business metrics, such as orders placed and your dollars, they will continue to decline. Let's look at the screen. We just launched an HTTP flood attack, and you can see a flood of HTTP packets from sources all across the world. What would have happened without Cloud Armor? You would have to first detect this attack, and then continue to add capacity to absorb this HTTP flood. Let's switch to the GCP console, and let's see how Cloud Armor fared under this attack. Let's start with the logs. You can see that Cloud Armor has blocked all HTTP flood attacks using the policy that you see on screen. So let's go take a close look at this Cloud Armor policy. You can see that the IP addresses which were generating the HTTP flood are blacklisted dynamically. How did that happen? These IPs were automatically identified by our BigQuery ML service, which was just announced, and then fed into this Cloud Armor policy, thereby keeping our app safe, up and running. So what you really get with Cloud Armor is actually much more than this. You get defense at scale using Google's massive global and edge infrastructure, and Cloud Armor's open rules language allows you and our security partners to build sophisticated custom defenses. Back to you, Brad.
Thank you, Projecta. Now, many of you might have existing investments in networking. And that's why we also provide integration with several networking and related security partners to provide you access to your existing solutions as part of bringing the cloud to you. And now I'd like to talk to you about our efforts to migrate and get you to the cloud efficiently. Everyone wants migration to be as painless and effortless as possible. This is why last month we finalized the acquisition of Velostrada, a leader in enterprise cloud migration. With Velostrada, our goal is to provide a migration journey that's as effortless as possible. Velostrada is all about making sure your applications get running quickly on Google Cloud, often with under 10 minutes of downtime. Velostrada quickly migrates your applications, including your stateful applications, irrespective of the amount of data attached to the workloads. And while your applications start running, your data continues to migrate transparently in the background. And companies like Cardinal Health recently did their migration with Velostrada, easily migrating a set of their workloads to Google Cloud, completing the migrations quickly, and keeping the costs low. Now, in addition to the migration capabilities of Velostrada, we've expanded our database offerings to bring the cloud to you. This includes providing support for the most popular third-party databases that you'd find on-premise in the cloud, including fully managed MySQL, Postgres, and Redis, as well as pay-by-the-second Microsoft SQL Server in Compute Engine. And we also support 4 terabytes SAP HANA natively today. And I'm pleased to announce that we'll be providing support for 12 terabytes next summer and 18 terabytes by the end of next year. Yes. You can have your cake and run your SAP too. And we're pleased to announce that coming this fall, we will be offering managed services for your large-scale enterprise workloads, including Oracle RAC and Exadata, as well as SAP HANA through our strategic partners, including Accenture. Yes, thank you. Now, in addition to providing you access to the most popular databases you'd find on-premise, Google continues to lead in database innovation. From Cloud Bigtable for high ingestion and data-intensive workloads, to Cloud Spanner, which is still the only relational database that provides strong consistency with multi-region replication with 5 nines of availability. And Cloud Firestore is becoming the de facto database for mobile development. Now, when migrating to the cloud, in addition to migrating your network, your applications, and your databases, you need enterprise-grade file storage. And to provide that, we've partnered with NetApp to create high-performance cloud volumes for your workload needs. This gives you the same familiar file-sharing experience you have on-premises in Google Cloud. And if you're looking for a Google solution, we also have you covered with a high-performance file storage option with Cloud File Store. Now I'd like to conclude by inviting Parag Agarwal, CTO of Twitter, on stage to share their migration experience to Google Cloud.
Hey, Brad.
Welcome, Parag.
Pleasure to be here.
Can you tell us a bit about how Twitter is using Google Cloud?
We operate at a massive scale with a relatively small team. Our strategy is to use the best tools to make our teams as productive as they can be. We've built a lot of infrastructure over the years to enable this, and we've open sourced a lot of it. But we found that ad hoc data analysis is a use case where we could benefit from options in the public cloud. Our data scientists constantly analyze large amounts of data. For example, to detect patterns of abuse or to understand how conversation evolves on the platform. Some of these analyses can read petabytes of data. As a result, we need solutions that are fast at scale. To support this, we're migrating several large-scale Hadoop clusters to GCP. And when I say large-scale, I'm serious. In total, we're migrating over 300 petabytes of data. These clusters are primarily used for cold storage and for ad hoc analyses, and constitute only a small part of our overall infrastructure. But we think of this migration as a really important learning opportunity for us in working with Google.
Great. And you can tell us, why did you choose Google Cloud?
a lot of factors go into making a choice of this kind, as you can understand. I want to talk about 3 that stood out for us. The first is performance. We did an extensive technical evaluation with a bunch of our engineers over many months and found that GCP performed the best for our specific use case around ad hoc analysis. We believe that the throughput of GCP's network and storage solutions was the primary reason for this performance. In fact, the network performance was so good that we're able to decouple storage and compute. This architectural flexibility is a huge advantage for us. We can now scale storage and compute independent of each other and also run multiple data processing frameworks over the same data more easily. The second factor for us was efficiency. At our scale, costs can really add up. We have deep technical teams that drive optimizations up and down the stack to drive efficiency. We found that we're able to use GCP's custom machine types to avoid resource stranding and drive a lot of efficiency as a result. Lastly, any choice of this kind requires a prediction into the future. The Google team's culture, their commitment to open source, their focus on security, all give us confidence in the future of this partnership.
Great. Thanks, Parag. It's a pleasure working with you. So as you can see, we are successfully bringing the cloud to you. We help migrate your workloads with Velostrada and connect you to our secure and global network to take you farther than ever before. And now I'd like to invite my colleague Gayatri on stage to share how Google Maps and GCP are driving to help businesses deliver innovative experiences to customers. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gayatri Rajan, VP for Google Maps platform, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. So the video you just saw took you all the way from outer space down to Moscone, using the knowledge that we have about the world from Google Maps. Google Maps is one of Google's best-loved consumer apps. More than 1 billion people worldwide use Google Maps every day to help them navigate and explore the world. You might have even used it to find a restaurant near your hotel last night, or to get here this morning. Now, 13 years ago, we took the same rich, accurate, real-world data that powers our consumer app and turned it into a platform for our enterprise customers. This platform benefits from the same coverage and freshness that our consumer app does. It covers 99% of the world and is updated more than 25 million times a day. Now, since we've launched, millions of businesses and organizations have benefited from Google's deep knowledge of the real world in real time to build great experiences for their users. They've changed the way you look for a place to live, get where you're going, and even find the best schools for your children. But we've recognized that we can do a lot more for our enterprise customers. And over the last year, we embarked on a significant overhaul of our Maps platform. But before I tell you more about these exciting changes, I want to show you a video that brings to life what our products can do now, with a little splash of what's possible.
What if businesses could see the patterns, connecting people, places, and things? Like how things are moving in real time. How places look and feel in rich detail. How real-world spaces become incredible playing fields. How cities move now, and where to direct them next. How data and trends look in real life. And how the world is changing. To know how to grow next. See patterns and opportunities in plain sight with Google Maps platform.
Thank you. So as you can see, this is a lot more than just a name change. With Google Maps platform, we've pivoted from providing data to building solutions. We've simplified our APIs into 3 core products: maps, routes, and places, to make them easier to use and more scalable as our customers grow. And we wanted to see what our customers can do with both Maps and Cloud together. Developers now on Google Maps platform can access our core API products using the same systems and tools as cloud products. So it's even easier for customers like Carrefour, Shopify, AAA, and Snap to use these products in tandem to create even better experiences using our real-world insights at cloud scale. And as I mentioned earlier, we've reinforced our commitment to serving enterprise customers by better understanding your needs and developing vertical-specific solutions with you. We believe we can solve even your biggest problems together. Let's start with asset tracking. We've offered APIs for asset tracking for some time, but with the launch of Google Maps platform, we assembled an end-to-end solution for our customers. And using this solution, Verizon Connect helps its customers track and visualize their vehicles in real time and plan multi-stop routes. Vagabond is able to see the location of vending machines and monitor how much candy is left so they can efficiently route their vans to restock these machines. You can even keep track of sharks. And that's exactly what Discovery Channel has done for Shark Week this week. So using our technology and a humane tagging system, people can see them on a map and get a shark's eye view of what they're up to. To learn more about our asset tracking solution, stop by at our demo in the IoT zone. We'll show you how our real-time solution helps you keep track of ice cream deliveries. And if you complete your journey melt-free, you'll get a cone to go. You can't miss it. Just look for the ice cream truck. So a second industry solution helps studios build real-world games based on Google Maps. Game developers can now transfer our model of the real world into their own game worlds, from a medieval fantasy to a bubblegum candy land or anything else designers dream up. We'll also help you with the crazy challenge of finding appropriate places for gameplay anywhere in the world. Some games need popular social spots to place their treasures. Others want to direct players off the beaten path. Either way, we help them make sure they're always sending people to places where they can actually play, not into a private ground or the middle of a swamp. Our new Unity-based gaming solution is already powering 3 live mobile AR games created by some of the world's top studios and IP holders. So whether you want to save dinosaurs from extinction, form alliances to survive zombie attacks, or collect the yokai of Japanese folklore, there's a great location-based game for you powered by Google Maps. And it's not just brand new games that are taking notice. Developer Mixi just added a maps mode to its phenomenally popular game, Monster Strike. So players can now find loot at real places around them while they're playing the game. We're thrilled to see the rich AR experiences game developers are already building using our solution. And with the recent collaboration between Cloud Spanner and Unity, I see some really interesting possibilities for connected, real-world gaming at global and cloud scale. We can't wait to see where you'll take the industry next. These are clearly very early and exciting times. Now, switching from augmented reality to the world of real traffic, there's been a sea change happening in the world of on-demand transportation in the past few years. And we noticed that several of these businesses used our Maps API products to build products that weren't really fully meeting their needs. So we decided to go deep and build a ride-sharing solution in close collaboration with some of the most disruptive companies in the market. Our solution helps address pain points like ensuring convenient pickup points, fastest routes, accurate ETAs. And it also helps these businesses optimize their fleets so they can better manage driver supply and be responsive to rider demand. And as many of these businesses evolve from transporting riders to providing services, we're evolving our solution. So you can get sushi delivered to your home, or if you're in Indonesia, you can even
Hello, Gayatri. Didn't you expect me over here, did you? Hi. My name is Ajay Gore. I'm a group CTO at Gojek. Gojek is Indonesia's largest transport, food, payments, and lifestyle startup. We started in 2015 from 5,000 orders per day, and now we are doing around 3 million orders per day. That means we have to take around 2.5 million customers every day across Jakarta, which is like thrice the Jakarta's public transport. That also means that to get that scale, today we stand around 80 million downloads. We have around 3.5 million customers on us every day. At any point of time, we serve 2.5 million customers, figuring out various food, on-demand ride-sharing, and transport services. And that also means that Gojek today is the single market largest food delivery application in the world except China. At core of it, what it means is that we have to match the right driver with the right demand of the food and product. Whether it's carrying a human across, whether it's sending a package, whether getting your lost wallet from home, or whether getting your food for your lunch. All these things has to happen within no time. Google Maps, at the core of our location engine, helps us figure out the ETAs, the route, figuring out the right driver on the right side of the road. One of the biggest problems we have, when you are off by, say, 5 meters, you can be on the other side of one way of 5 kilometers, and you can be reaching in 25 minutes instead of 5 minutes. And that is something very, very important for us. Given all this stuff, Google Maps, with the routing and ETA and route optimization, help us provide the better and better services for our customers. On the other hand, when you look at 1 million drivers, 100,000 restaurants, 2.5 million customers every day, and having 500,000 food deliveries going across Jakarta, it also means that we need to make sure that we take care of this data and the demand and visualize it better. For example, we do a driver ping every 10 seconds. That means we do 6 million pings in a minute. That means we do 8 billion pings in a day. That is just driver pings. If you look at the scale and if you look at the customer interaction, we store around 4 to 5 terabyte data every day. How do we tell our driver where is the demand? How do we tell our driver what is the right way to go? All this stuff is not possible if we don't have tools like BigQuery, Cloud Data Flow, Google Cloud Storage in our arsenal. In last 2 years, we have been working very closely with Google Maps team and Google Cloud Platform team. And what has happened is, over the period of time, we have been able to realize new frontiers and new possibilities in terms of product impact and in terms of customer impact, so that we can deliver right products to our customer and right features to them. In my last 20 years of experience, one of the things which I learned is technology is the most effective way to challenge the impossible. Who thought that a small startup in Indonesia 3 years back, which is doing like 5,000 orders, will do 3 million orders, and it will be still the #1 app for transport, food, and everything else. But if you want to challenge the technology in the most impossible ways, you need to have right intent, positivity, and most importantly, very nice partners. For us, Google Maps and Google Cloud Platform having that. So thank you for that, Gayatri. And I think I should get going now, because SF traffic is pretty bad. I should get my lunch right now. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks for scooting by, Ajay. So just as we've helped Gojek with Google Maps and Google Cloud, we've learned a lot from them as well. So for example, as Ajay mentioned, the majority of Gojek drivers are on scooters. Well, scooters and cars travel very differently. And we quickly realized that in order to serve accurate ETAs to scooter drivers, we needed to significantly redo our traffic models. So we used our deep expertise in machine learning to add these new elements to our platform. And this is something we never would have considered doing if we hadn't worked so closely with our customers. So what I shared today is just the beginning. We're looking at many more verticals and use cases where we can solve problems with our real-world insights, location-based solutions, and the power of cloud. What is particularly interesting as we look to the future is the possibilities of cloud IoT. And to tell you more about that, here's In-Jong Ri. Thank you.
Thanks, Gayatri. That's a great seg into next topic. I want to talk about opportunity, the kind generations before us could only imagine, thanks to Internet of Things. As you know, there are so many applications for IoT. IoT can help improve world hunger problems with better food tracking. It can save lives at hospitals with remote patient monitoring. It can tremendously improve efficiency of factories by minimizing the downtime. IoT has so many applications that are improving humanity and making our world a better place to live. I've been with Google for about 6 months, and this is one of the reasons that I joined Google to work on IoT. At Google, we've been working on IoT for quite some time. Earlier this year, we launched Cloud IoT Core, Google Cloud Platform for IoT, that allows IoT developers to connect millions of devices around the world to Google Cloud. We have received quite a few positive feedback from our customers. Aker BP, an oil exploration company, is building predictive maintenance solutions to improve safety and reduce downtime in the oil field. Smart Parking is reinventing the parking experience. Freight Farm is revolutionizing the way fresh goods are grown and delivered. All of this are possible because of Cloud IoT Core. Complementary to Cloud IoT Core, we see there are emerging needs of edge computing, which is essentially running data analytics and intelligence services at locations where data are collected, or what we call at the edge. This is required because uploading all data to the cloud from sensors can be quite expensive for many use cases, or simply violate data privacy and compliance policies for some customers. Or sometimes the network can be disconnected. Running intelligence services at the edge, network gateways, or end devices is quite challenging because many types of end devices need to be extremely cost and power efficient. Today, we have a solution for this. I'm pleased to announce HTPU, Google's hardware accelerator chip for running TensorFlow Lite-based machine learning inference models at lightning speed. It can be combined with a low-cost microcontroller along with the sensors or general-purpose CPU, depending on your budget. HTPU is so small that we can fit more than 4, if I can find it in my pocket. It's so small. More than 4 TPU chips onto one penny. That's small enough to fit into your smallest sensors. When designing HTPU, we are hyper-focused on optimizing for performance per dollar and performance per watt, which is power consumption. HTPU will bring a brain to your end devices or everyday things at extremely low cost and high power efficiency, but without compromising performance. I believe this is a game changer. Here's the HTPU in action. HTPU can be embedded into traffic cameras to analyze real-time traffic. Smart cities with the smart traffic management systems often needs to have thousands of these cameras all over the city. HTPU, combined with Google Maps platform, will make this type of initiative feasible because of its low cost, high power efficiency, and high performance. To try HTPU, we're making a development kit available in October this year. You don't know how many rabbits I have in my pocket. There's another one. So this is a development kit that we actually made in partnership with the NXP and Microchip, and this is available in October. We're working with our developer and partner ecosystem for building IoT solutions. And I want to thank all our partners. But it's not enough to bring machine learning to the hardware layer. We need a software to run with it. Today, I'm pleased to announce Cloud IoT Edge. Cloud IoT Edge can run on Android things or Linux, and it consists of two components. One is Edge IoT Core, which is basically a gateway functions for faster provisioning, connecting into cloud, and data aggregation and filtering a lot of data pre-processing. And the other is Edge ML, a TensorFlow-like-based runtime for running ML models at the edge. It is designed to run ML on hardware accelerators like HTPU or general-purpose CPUs or GPUs. Cloud IoT Edge is now available in ARPA, and you can sign up for the early access program starting today. Now, I'd like to, well, if you want, you know. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to actually enjoy the moment. Right? So now I'd like to invite a customer on stage that's using our Edge solutions. LG is a technology innovator and a global leader in electronics and consumer goods. And I'd like to welcome Mr. Shin-Gyun Hyun, SVP CTO of LG CNS, to understand how our Edge solutions help LG. Welcome, Mr. Hyun.
Hi.
Long time no see. It's been about 7 minutes.
Right.
Right. So can you give us a sense of complexity and scale of the problem you're solving at LG CNS?
Sure. LG CNS is the largest service company in LG Group, and we are improving the productivity of our manufacturing lines with a smart factory initiative. For instance, LG Chem's glass substrate line is used for manufacturing glass for display panels. Every production line has 5 to 6 inspection processes to check the quality of the product. LG Chem's glass line has to inspect 200 images of the LCD panel within 0.8 seconds. It's not easy. This inspection process has been very labor-intensive work.
Wow, so it's actually, the inspecting the LCD panels for defects.
Yes.
And it's very labor-intensive.
Yeah.
So how LG is planning to use Google Cloud IoT and HTPU?
Okay. Before Google Cloud, we had our most senior engineers working on improving model accuracy. It used to very time-consuming efforts. After Google Cloud, it took one junior engineer 1 week to get us to 99.9% accuracy on our glass inspection. Now, we use HTPU. We put the deep learning models directly into the computer vision system from the cloud to run the models locally. We are able to detect anomalies and imperfections in our glass with much greater accuracy, and more important is speed. This is why I'm so excited with TPU and IoT solutions. This solution will help LG Chemical to save around $1 million per production line per year.
Wow.
We plan to apply this great technology in other production lines like a battery, display panels, and many others. Google AI and HTPU with LG CNS Data Analytics Solution, DAP, will provide great value for our customers in smart factory area, I believe.
Wow, that's a great story. I mean, you're getting one junior engineer and to spend 1 week to get to the accuracy level of 99.9%. Wow, that's better than a human being actually doing the inspection, right? And then also,
that's so impressed.
Right, and then the saving, on top of that, $1 million per production line per dollar.
That's great.
Per year, and
great.
that's very impressive. And I'm really, excited about this partnership. Looking forward to the, working with you in the future. Thank you very much, Mr. Hyun. And so to summarize, I have 3 IoT product announcements today, right? So one was the Edge DPU. Remember that penny, right? It's an accelerator chip for running the TensorFlow Lite models. And then development kit, and the cloud IoT core, the cloud IoT Edge software. And all of this product make Google the only cloud service provider that has an integrated IoT solution with a software and custom hardware stack for implementing machine learning in IoT, in the cloud and at the edge. And this is the future of IoT. I cannot wait to see what we build together in the future. Now, let me welcome back Allison to wrap things up. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, In-Jung. Wow, what a morning. I must admit that the one downside of being backstage is I didn't get to fully appreciate seeing Ajay Scooter. But the upside is that I did get to hear about all of the great technology that we talked about, and I loved hearing about how Gojek is working with Google Maps and cloud. As I wrap up for the day, I want to share a few areas that really struck me while listening this morning. Garrick mentioned that Drive is on track to cross over 1 billion users in the coming weeks. That means that 1/8 of the world's population is using Drive, and it makes it Google's 8th billion user application. I know I speak on behalf of all Googlers when I say that we are humbled by the opportunity to build technology for so many people. It is truly a privilege. And Rajan talked about our new AutoML technology. I can't tell you how many Googlers, including many on the marketing team, have been playing with the AutoML product by simply taking a few dozen photos on their smartphones and training a model. The latest one I saw was for cheese. Who knew that ML is better than most people in differentiating brie from camembert? And it was great to get product updates from Eyal and Brad. I'm always blown away by how quickly our GCP teams have been launching new products. And finally, In-Jung painted a picture of what it means to add intelligence to everything. When he was rehearsing a few days ago, I couldn't stop peppering him with questions. I really wanted to understand what it means to have chips smaller than a penny on so many things in the world. As I said, that was quite a morning. But the day is just beginning. We are in for a treat during our lunchtime keynote here on stage with the 2 2017 Turing Award winners, Alphabet Chair John Hennessy and Google Distinguished Engineer David Patterson. They'll be interviewed right here at 12:30 by Diane. And then this afternoon, we have our second customer innovation keynote, also on the main stage, with mini TED-style talks by tech leaders who will be sharing their own cloud journeys. I'm so appreciative of all the customer speakers we have here, sharing their stories. This is what the conference is all about. It's why we do this. It's for you to learn from each other. As you wander around, I hope you'll stop to ask questions, share your challenges, and of course, share best practices. We have thousands of Googlers here today, members of our dev teams. Please look for them, and please give us your suggestions. That's why they're here, is to interact with all of you. Our theme for next is Made Here Together. We truly believe that we'll all be better by working together. We're excited and motivated to build the cloud together with you. Thank you for your time, and this concludes the morning keynotes for Google Cloud Next. Thank you.